Hi guys, I hope you are well. It's Friday, June 22nd. It's 6:30 p.m. where I am in New York. And I have my stack of questions related to this, everything that's happening, okay, with the kidnapping of children and so forth. So I feel like I feel this intense sense of urgency about many things. And as you know, I, I, I've told you before, I don't like seeing tragedy for tragedy's sake. I like understanding, basically going toward looking to solutions and or finding the way forward. Okay, so I just wanted to just to describe something that never happens to me or not that I am aware of. So I was doing dishes and I always have something on, like it was like Netflix. Actually, it was like some psychic show or something. It was like about these women who go into houses. And so as I don't even know if that's exactly what I was watching, but then I got this image, guys. Like I said, doesn't really happen to me very often or at all, about the girls. Okay, about this girl, Hispanic girl, taken from one of them. I'm gonna say it, okay, just what it showed, and that she was sexually abused. Okay, from her perspective, it wasn't like she was necessarily aware of it. They were blackmailing her, saying, "Oh, if you're a good girl or whatever, do what we want. We're gonna reunite you with your mother faster." Okay, I'm just gonna say, guys, I'm just saying what I saw, okay, on my mind. And I was like, you know what, as you know, I'm not a fan of like, oh, let me look, the worst things are happening. No. But because I feel like it came to me, I feel like there was a sign that I have to say, I have to go into it, and it's time. Okay, so I've been thinking also lately, the last few days, last day, I guess, a lot about some sort of prayer. I haven't done it. Okay, I'm just going to talk about it at the beginning. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to record a video and then I'm going to attach at the beginning of every video about sending out energy to everybody who's suffering, all the children who are separated from their mothers. Okay, I need to write out the text. I'm not going to do it in a meditation for now. I may work on it. It's just because I want something sort of like much quicker that can be repeated, okay, or become part of the video, okay, because I know a guided meditation asks you to close your eyes. I'm going to do that as well, but for now I think I'm just going to have a very brief sort of like as part of the intro. Okay, so like I said, before I get started with the cards, I just want to, if you're watching, okay, please try, if you can close your eyes. If not, that's okay too. Just imagine us, and I got this image too, everybody in a circle, as if we were all in the same room. And I feel like all over the US, all over, it's almost like if you picture a map of the US, we're all holding hands together, and millions of people who care about these kids, who care about these babies, who care about these mothers, who care about these fathers who are suffering. For it's not relevant, it's not for us to judge why they had to cross the border or whatever happened, okay? We just are going to essentially create this gigantic bubble of light, bubble of love, okay, to protect them, to give them strength, and to imagine. And this is almost like I feel like the words are coming out of my mouth, okay, or not necessarily, I'm not thinking, it's coming to me, okay? So to imagine the solution of this, to imagine all these children prisons falling apart, not existing anymore, all the mothers and all the children, all the fathers reunited, a world of peace, a world where we love and respect one another, where the truth is revealed. Okay, so we have the power to create a world that is made up of love, and that love is much stronger than hate. And even though we can't quite see it yet, it's not part of the physical world yet, the world of peace is within reach. Okay, so what I mean by that is that collectively we can work just by imagining, by sending this enormous field of light to protect the most vulnerable, to protect the babies, to protect the children, to protect the mothers and the fathers who are suffering right now. Okay? Because this force is showing this this light of love is so powerful that it can destroy anything that is not real, meaning anything that is not does not will the good. So remember that, because I think, as I've said in many readings before, we are dealing with a very dark energy here that wants us to be scared, okay? But remember that the light is the only thing that really exists, the only thing that really matters, and all this illusion, all the hate is being thrown at us to make us afraid. But don't be afraid, okay? Always remember that, and I'm getting the image of all of us wrapped around the mothers and the children and the fathers, okay? And we can see them all together. It's the day where they're all reunited and they're all together, okay? So there's peace in the world, and we're all walking together towards healing with the mothers and the children and the fathers, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop here, and probably gonna do is I'm gonna edit this part out for future videos. I'm just gonna include this in other videos, okay? So I just wanted to say that I know the first thing people say, when they listen to stuff like this is like, well, but so-and-so was saying that. No, it's like you have to make the choice. You have to understand the power that you have to embrace the light, to embrace the positive. And the more you give, the more energy you give to whatever, devil techniques that they have, to try to divert attention, the more it's like, instead of wasting your energy with that, just imagine the reunification, just imagine love and reconnection and all those things, okay? So I'm going to stop here for this part. And then I'm going to get into it, guys, okay? Because I told you, when I saw this image, I was like, you know what? And the girl, she wasn't necessarily in pain. Like, how do you say it? It's like, it showed me the manipulation that happens, okay, with abuse, right? That she was like, there she was in a vulnerable position. In this place, they took her to a little room, and they, whatever, I don't know, you know what I mean? It doesn't give me the graphics, because as I've talked about it, it's not necessarily graphic. I'm made to understand that this happens, okay? So anyways, so it just gave me this image, and so I'd like to understand, okay? I don't want it to be dramatic. It's possible, there was one man who was arrested who works for ICE, who was arrested for abusing a minor, 4 years old. I don't think, not necessarily is this girl, but I would like to understand. Then I would give, ask God for strength and light, okay, to understand what's going on. And also, I just wanted to say, guys, as I've been thinking a lot of, I've been actually not even necessarily consciously praying, but thinking about asking for a solution about the issue of prayer. What is the most important thing to pray for? Okay, and I think I've said this in another video I did about how to, like, the mental state, okay? It's essentially about revealing the truth. So if you don't know what to pray for the revealing of the truth, because that's what it is, guys. I was thinking about it as I was walking. It's funny. I was like, look, my earrings are cool. I got these earrings on sale on J. Crew for $10. So I went to the store to pick it up, because it arrived there at the store. I went to pick it up, and I was thinking, how lucky I am that I'm gonna go pick up an earring, for $10. And then there's people, these kids are in prison. And then I was thinking, but that's when it came to me as I was walking. A lot of times when you walk, things come to you. It came to me that we have to, this is the moment to understand the truth, because abuse, incest, all these the very, very horrible things, they happen because it scares people too much. You know what I mean? We'd rather think that it doesn't happen, but it happens. And it's happening all the time, and it's happening a lot. And it's happening with these kids. Not all of them, but some of them, a few of them we don't know, okay? Like I said, I don't want you to be like alarmed with the kind of like shock value of anything, but I think it's important to lift the veil. We need to know what's going on. And once we see the truth, and that's what I think what happens with Trump is like he's always trying to cover up the truth for whatever reason. And it's time for us to understand what's going on, okay? So that's that. So I've also made a decision, guys, to use actually very few cards, because I feel like there's so many questions, and this is a situation where like it's not going to necessarily, I'm going to use just 4 cards, okay? And then I'm going to close my eyes. because that's when I think a lot of times there's a lot of specificity, okay, and stuff like this. I mean, it's like, what is like, we know what's like, we know what's going on. The kid, the girls, I saw, the image that was most shocking, okay, to me was the image, and maybe I should add this to actually the video of them in New York, right here where I am in East Harlem. There's some sort of a shelter for girls. They were transported in the middle of the night away from there. Somebody filmed this. So that's I'm sorry, that's not normal. That there's no way that this was a good thing. Like, oh, great, why did, like, there's a reason. There must be a reason, and we need to know. And that's what I'm asking, God and cards and everything to give me. I'm ready. I'm prepared for this, the information that he may want to give me. And I'd like to know the truth, okay, without the drama, without any kind of, any kind of like ultra tragic. So just so I'm made to understand. Like I said to you guys before, I was given this image, and it was this girl kind of like on a bed, and there was a man sitting next to her, explaining, she's good, and he was going to help her meet her mother earlier. Okay, but that's all I saw. But I understood what I meant. Okay, I don't need to know. Like I said, it's not graphic. It's just like when the images come, they make you they don't need to be like, you know what I mean? You understand? So I'd like to know more about, as much as possible, helpful information that is not shock, not necessarily about shock, but about truth and about understanding the full picture. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so then I guys, because I have so many different sets of questions. So this one is about the girls. So where are the girls? Okay, and then what will happen to the girls? Okay. What will happen to the girls taken in the middle of the night in New York? Okay, because like I said, I like specificity sometimes because not sometimes, always, because I feel like it gives me a very concrete answer. So first, where are the girls, and are they being treated any differently? Okay, all right. So okay, I'm gonna lower this, guys, because I feel like this intense sense of urgency. Sorry about the cable. It's just because it's annoying here. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna try to put it okay on my side so that it's not gonna show. Okay, much better. Okay. So yeah. So okay. So tell me. Where are the girls? Where are the girls? Interesting. Interesting. Get what you want. Yeah. Oh, okay. Where are the girls? Where are the girls? Where are the girls? Are they being treated any differently? Where are the girls? Where are the girls? Where are the girls? Okay, guys. So sometimes, a fewer cards, you have to kind of like just take this directly and go with it. Okay, so this is a card of getting what he wants. This is a card of it's not exactly what you want, or it's like also a card of luxury in terms of sin. Okay, this is a card of moving, a flight. To look, the flight, it's the migrant, right? The migrant children, the birds is a card of migration, right? But at the same time, it's a card of moving, flying, so they could be flown away. Now, this card is Nemika, the enemy. I've said before, Sibylla has two different cards for enemies. The woman is the person that that is within your environment. So this possible, guys, that there's people who are posing as good, but are in the public eye, helping out something bad. This is why, and by the way, I'm going to do a reading on Betsy DeVos, but it could be someone in the government or even the government itself, right, pretending is in our environment, we don't know necessarily, and is doing bad things. This is a card of success and love, a deal. So I think there's people who have made deals about this is what the cards are showing you, okay? The girls flying them away. This could be, I don't necessarily mean that it's against their will, like they're fighting, but it's just like what they want, or they could say, oh, it's something they almost like saying, oh, you don't do this, and it's gonna you're gonna go. Yeah, this is what I feel like, getting what you want, or like, you know what I mean, taking them somewhere else that they don't want. Okay, so they could be thinking, the girls could be thinking like that. They're gonna get something. It's not what they think. Okay, so meaning they were told something is gonna happen, it didn't happen. So okay, now, and I'm gonna close my eyes now, guys, now, and I'm gonna, ask God to protect me and give me strength to see with clarity any images, any information you might wanna give me, and just use me as literally like a medium for this. Okay, so I'm gonna close my eyes. Dear spirits, please use me to communicate any information you may have that helps us and helps girls and help us understand what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. It was showing me, guys, the image of some men here plotting something. Like they're like, we need to stop this thing. How do we do this? And they're like, we're gonna, the immigration thing was separating the mothers. Okay. So why separating the mothers from their perspective? Why? Because they want to break up the family unit. Why the family unit? Because they feel that the family unit is the basic beginning of the reproduction. It's also the beginning of humanity. Humanity is family. Family is protection. So if he wants them to, they want to destroy their, not just their livelihood, but their sense of culture. So that's the way to do it, removing the families, separating the families, so that there's true trauma. That's done on purpose. It's not that they know exactly the word's purpose, but that's how they feel instinctively, is to create this primal level of destruction. Okay, so is there a separate treatment from the girls and the boys? Yes, the boys are separated from their perspective. They're separated because they feel like, oh, they could, could cast them as criminals or whatever. What about the girls? Why were they we don't know. We don't understand. Why were they transported far in the middle of the night? Why did they go to these places far away in New York and Michigan and so forth? Tell us what's happening here. So guys, I feel like what I'm seeing is that they're saying like women are understood it to be pure in some way, to be receptacles. This is what the word that I was like, receptacles. So that means they can be receptacles of ideology. They could also be, there's part of it, the whole thing with the sexual thing, but it's also that they want to be the renewal. They want to almost like, it's almost as if they feel that the women can be, well, manipulated is not the word, but it's like, they can receive the ideology. They want to kind of like brainwash them a little bit more. And I feel like they're also saying that they don't want to show girls because they're people tend to empathize more with girls, and girls are more emotional, so they will cry. Okay, they'll be, yeah, they think it's harder to control girls in an emotional sense. Okay, so it's saying that they are mostly okay. Okay, they're saying that they're mostly okay. That they're okay, guys. I'm gonna say it. That There are some. It's almost like I'm gonna say, okay, what's coming, what I'm seeing. I feel like there's, I don't know, two, three. Okay, there are some places, two or three places that the girls, where the girls are. There is indeed some sort of like a, I don't want to say a gang or some of the maybe the trafficking thing, that they go and they pick certain girls. They're like, oh, that one and that one, how, and then they transport them. Okay, and I think it's possible that it could be a few, not very, it's not very many, guys. It's showing at the same, like it's a few of them are indeed. There are some places of the places that either they're like a smaller centers or some sort of like foster house thing that they use the girls for abuse. Okay, and then there's men who are like it's kind of showing guys like almost like a pedophile network, that they know the thing about the foster house thing, okay, and that they do it for on purpose. Like they want to have a girl. I'm just gonna say, guys, I'm sorry it sounds shocking, but I'm just gonna say, like, if they could have a girl in their house or whatever, they could, abuse or whatever. So, but I'm just saying, like, this is the guys. Okay, I'm just saying, okay. I'm just saying. So it's showing also, for example, like a lot of times people who abuse children in general, they have these jobs where they're either coaches of sports or those kinds of things, okay, where they have access to children. And in the same way, I feel like there is this, I think, it is a pretty formal pedophile, kind of like a pedophile network that became a company to, like, I think they profit from the, like the center of like is it the foster, yeah, the foster system, okay, to take the girls, okay, with the excuse of doing that. I don't know that they're, I think they know because there have been complaints, but these complaints are not followed through. And it's showing here, if they want to know who it was, look at the past complaints that these people have had. Okay, it's showing me even that some people in the, I don't know what department is that takes care of this, that those people are even paid off to not talk about the complaints. Okay, so that's that. Now this network has been in place before that this whole thing happened. It's not just one of the things. It's like, okay, so it's showing me this, but it's showing me, guys, that this has happened regardless, okay, of these girls, that there is this thing in the foster system, okay, and that it's not necessarily related to this thing that just happened with Trump, but there is. Oh, and these people, guys, showing the Voss, another guy, don't recognize him. Two, three, four people in the Trump administration have started companies to either create foster homes for these girls or the thing with the adoption. Okay, because I was like, I see here that, well, tell me about Betsy DeVos. Betsy DeVos, what's the deal here? Oh, guys, it's showing me. This is what I'm understanding. It's showing me here. There's a cult. We know that that woman is crazy. Okay, Betsy DeVos is crazy. So it's showing you a little bit. It's giving me a kind of like the image of like Scientology or whatever, something like that. Like they're like it's like a Christian cult where they think that they have to separate the world between the good people or the bad people or whatever. Kind of like it's like this right wing sect or something, like Christian right wing, and they're showing like if they can get the girls and they can kind of save them by reprogramming them in a way. Okay, and from that okay, guys, this is what's scarier. From their perspective, they're not doing anything wrong. Okay, and they know these girls are coming from and they're like the refugee purifying. Yeah, they have this talk, guys, is showing here how they think. They think that there's a purification going on, that these people, are bad or whatever. The kids, the mothers, like it's almost like they're showing to them. They know that this is going down. They know that this is like a kind of like a, I'm just going to say like a massacre. Like it's not a physical massacre, but if you guys, by the way, if you have seen the history of, where was that 2D? I forgot. In Africa, there was the girls, separating the girl or something, like as if it's almost like a some sort of like a religious cleansing or something like that. That's the only way that the word that's coming to me. So they feel like this is a way for them, from their perspective, we're saving these kids, okay? But what about the money, the fact that they make this money? Oh, they feel like they are entitled to this because they're doing God's work. Okay, this is like how crazy they are. So how do we find them? How do we find the girls? How do we find these people? Trace the ports of entry. Trace their several centers of processing where they go. From there, they take the mother's names, their information, the child's name. The child's name is attached to the mother. But how come they're saying to us that they can't be found? What is the deal here? What happens? The mother there's information about the mother who has the child. The child is separated. The child goes to a different shelter, possibly under a different name. But there is some sort of number that is a matching number, okay? There is something hidden there or some sort of a system. And I almost feel, guys, this sounds crazy, that there's a woman or someone in there who has created this system, a numerical system, and they know that this is like a good thing because they'll be able to trace. It's not obvious, okay, but there is something, and there's also, like they're saying, the blood exams, the DNA and stuff. The government, once the whole thing stops, they're saying they will do, everybody's going to get the DNA thing so that they could test this, okay? So then what happens to the children? Yeah, they go in, they have to, oh, guys, you know what this is saying? They have to prove, because, these places are paid per head, so they need to know. It's like a numerical thing, and they have to prove how many, because if they have less, and this is, guys, why it's good for them, because they get paid per head. So this is a way for them, it's for them, it's not a good thing if someone dies or disappears, okay? So okay, so tell me about what I saw before, that the military comes and puts these people in jail. What happens, what happens to their records? A, and then B, how is this going to be stopped? I feel like I've already seen this, but please tell me again especially about the girls. The ones that are possibly they're trying to brainwash, what happens to them? Oh, guys, it's showing me the FBI arresting them, kidnapping, access to It's like they're going to be charged with international kidnapping, like what else? Kidnapping, coercion, sexual exploitation. There's like a lot of crimes, guys, very serious crimes. All these people in these agencies. Okay. For first thing, okay, so they're like showing them handcuffed. A lot of people, dozens of them, they're all gonna be tried. Why is it tied in? Yeah, it's showing me, guys, there's an operation. It's gonna be, for some reason, it said Operation Babies, not Baby Boom, Baby something. So it's like they unveil this operation very quickly. They arrest like hundreds of people related to just this. They're watching, they're tracking. Okay, they know there was something happening already, and now they're kind of the FBI is making this happen very fast. They're not going to act until, I think they might be even working with some people related to Mueller in terms of like coordinating. They don't want this to happen before Trump leaves. Okay, I mean, yeah, they don't want it to happen before. Somehow they know that it's possible Trump could be leaving. Okay, so they're going to arrest all of the people, the houses. What happens? This is social workers. How do they get? Yeah, I feel like, guys, I don't know. There are some sort of like a special, what is it? I don't know if it's army or something where, like I said, there's a special force to remove these people from the children. And at the same time, when they are removed, there's people who take care of the children while this whole thing is happening, who are not bad people, okay? Because they need to determine who's who and what they are involved in, okay? And like I said, it's a whole thing about money. The money is really what traces people. And nowadays, it's much easier, okay? Because the thing about them is that they were posing as they are legitimate businesses, but the reality is the business, what they were doing was wrong. So it's just like how the money travels from the government to them. Because they're saying, oh my God, guys, it's saying here that the Trump government was paying them, but then when they look in the books of these organizations, they were paying Trump. something about the government. All these people were getting kickbacks, and the way they were getting kickbacks is after the money goes to them, then they transfer some of it to something that ends up going to, I think, Trump or someone like that. Okay, so it was a scheme, and it's showing me again. Eric Prince, for some reason, comes back because he has the whole thing with the prisons, okay, and the system of prisons, interconnected prisons. And I feel, guys, I'm telling you, this sounds crazy, but nowadays nothing is like everything is possible. Is that it's showing here that there's some sort of like what is it? It's like it's like a religious event to them. Like they see this as the point where they can cleanse kids. Okay, they can cleanse and they can start anew with their bizarre religious ideas. Okay, so that's that. So the girls, okay, so the bottom line is the girls are being, like I said, they somehow they religiously see them as more pure than the boys. So this is why they're trying to like kind of brainwash them with big other families or whatever. Families, I mean, they're white families, okay? I believe most of them, I guess, are white, the right, super ultra right. Is it I don't know what some other religion there. I don't know what it is. And then there is, like I said, it's showing us much smaller percentage, but still there is a percentage of the kids who could be abused. But I don't. Is there a sex? Was that a ring child? Essentially, it's saying here that the trafficking ring is the adoption. Is the thing with this agency. It's showing me the big, huge face of Betsy DeVos here, guys. That she is helping fund. It's illegal what they're showing. It's illegal. It's kidnapping what they're doing, putting the kids away from their mothers. They have no intention of returning them because it's part of their religious, like, whatever vision. You know what I mean? They want to get these girls to be like receptacles of their ideology. Okay. It's showing even here like that, so they can go back and like try to convert more people. I don't know. It's so strange. So this is it. So this is why, guys. It's like it's going to expose also this network, the ring of like the people who are abusers. There is a ring of abusers that has been going on for much longer. Okay, in this foster system, but it's smaller in number in terms of like how many kids they take. The big issue here, not that the abusing the girls is not, but it's something has been going on, but it's the whole thing with the adoptions, okay? That they want to take the girls away from their families on purpose, okay? And they know, guys, and this is the thing, it's telling me very clearly, they know what the girls are. They know, and they're trying. This is the thing, guys. This is it's showing. You have to tell them to pay attention to this. They can be relocated. They have their own system eventually of relocating them, but they're trying to make it very hard. They want people to give up. Okay, it's showing me how, guys, like it's like they're saying it's a little bit like losing a suitcase. That's what they want. They think that people are going to be, oh yeah, what did my daughter buy? See you later. I don't care. No, they think that people are going to eventually forget, but that's what they hope. But they, like I said, they don't want to put the children together because they feel like the words are coming like ethnic cleansing in a way. Okay, it's like stopping the fabric of families. Okay, so this is why. Okay, so in a way, I guess what I was thinking. I think everybody was super worried is the scale of sexual abuse. So what it's showing here is that the scale of sexual is not necessarily better or worse than before. It's like these people have been operating for years. And I think Trump knows of them because they pay, he got some sort of kickback. But it's not something that was started with the Trump administration, okay? But it's going to expose them because there's going to be a huge, like I said, huge FBI investigation and all these things, just like there was the Me Too, but it's going to be like the people who were in the foster system and the places and that protected them and everything. So that's that. And I think, yeah, most of them will be reunited, okay, unless something happened to the parent. But there is ways, like I said, they are playing mental tricks. They're trying to make us think that they cannot be reunited. This is not true. They will be reunited. The large majority of them will. Okay, so don't give in to fear, okay? It's showing, it's like they want people to forget about it. I mean, they're not even human, right? You think about it, it's like how could you think that? So that's that. So So that's that, guys. All right, I'm gonna stop here because a lot of stuff came up. Okay, um, and I have all these questions still, but I wanted to. I'm gonna have to stop because I don't want it to be too long. Okay. All right. Bye.